good to go.
Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today I wanted to give a little talk. I get a lot of people talking and asking me questions about, what size cow is the best size cow? What is the most profitable on a, regenerative grazing operation? And it comes down to this, folks. It all depends if you have all forage, if you're going to supplement with grain. If you want to finish a calf in 24 months, you've got to get that size down. Otherwise, you're going to be feeding them for 3 years. It takes 3 years to finish, 15 to 1,800 pound steers. I'm just going to use this today. This is going on cow size. Everybody's always talking about, pounds. How many pounds did my calf weigh? What did your calves weigh and all that stuff? And so right here is a good example of, these are mature cows. You got 1,500 pound cows on top. There's 2 of them. So you got 3,000 pounds. And on the bottom here, we have 3 1,000 pound cows. Now, if you look at 3% of their body weight, this group of cows is eating the same amount of forage as the bottom group. Just math. It's 3% of their body weight. 45 pounds on each cow here. Down here is 30 pounds. 3% of 1,000 is 30. So, I'm running one more cow. Well, what's so big about that? It's still 3,000 pounds, right? It's still 90 pounds of forage a day. No. At the end of the year, let's look at what these calves are bringing back into my pocketbook. Because at the end of the year, folks, it's important what is in here. Not what the bank or not what all the input people took away from you trying to winter an elephant-sized cow. It's cold out here right now. I mean, I can't imagine trying to winter a huge cow. They just eat you out of house and home. These smaller cows, they don't do that. So let's keep going here. So we got 2 versus 3, and now I'm going to bring this live. We just looked it up on the internet. This is Missouri weekly feeder calf price today. And you can buy, or you can sell a 450 pound steer right now. Missouri weekly feeder calf price is $3.83. $3.83 a pound. So you're looking at a 450 pound weaning weight, basically pretty close to that out of a 1,000 pound cow. 50% of her body weight would be 450. Up here, these big old girls, 1,500, you're looking at 650 to 700, somewhere between 600 and 700 pounds weaning weight. You can go, Greg, I've got a bigger calf. Yep, you do. So we used a 650 pound calf, weaned out of these 1,500 pound cows, okay? The price went from $3.83 a pound for 450 to $3.04 for 650. Let me write that up. So this is a 650 pound calf. This is a 450 pound calf. So when you multiply these together, so altogether on the 650 pound calf, she at $3.04 a pound, her calf brought $1,824. That's pretty good money for a calf. Well, you multiply that times 2, and now times 2, you're equal $36.48. Now that's gross sales on 2 650 pound calves if you sold them today in Missouri. These prices may fluctuate where you're at in the country. Now let's drop down to the 450 pound calves. So they brought $3.83. $3.83 times 450. And that makes them bring $1,723. I can hear you already saying, aha, look at that. You only got $1,723, Greg, for that calf. We got $1,824 for ours. Whoa, stop. You got $1,723 times 3. Times 3. Got 3 calves. So now that comes out to $51.69. Which one of them you want to sell? Which one of those is going to make your farm payment? Which one of those is going to send your kids to school? Which one of those is going to keep groceries on your table? Folks, that's the difference just on those 3 calves. This 2 groups, that's the difference of $1,521. Now you can argue with that. You can say, well, Greg, she would have weaned a bigger calf than 650. It had been 750. It doesn't matter. I can still go to the next weight scale up. It's going to be less. A 750-pound calf is not going to bring, what did we say, 304. She's not going to bring 304. It's going to be even lower. So it all comes back to profit per acre, not profit per calf. I can run more of them. Okay? Now, I'm going to keep that little target right there in your mind. I just made $1,521 more than you did. And I've got 3 cows. I'm spreading my risk over 3 instead of just 2. Here's the rest of the story. Check this out. Every 100 pounds in cow weight that you go over 1,000 pounds, for every 100 pounds in cow weight that you go over 1,000 pounds, you lose 2% fertility. 2% fertility on that cow. So we went from 1,000 up to 1,500. So we went 5 units, 500. We went 500 over 1,000. That's 5 units. So you take 5 times 2. 10% loss. 10% of your cows are not going to breed back because you got them too darn big. That's across your whole herd. If your whole herd averages 1,500 pounds, you lose 2% fertility. They're not going to breed. What's the biggest cost of a cow-calf operation? What is it? Is it hay? That's one of them. It's not hay, folks. It's an open cow. It's an open cow. She didn't breed back. You got them too darn big. She's an elephant. Can't raise an elephant on grass. Now, if you own a feedlot and you've got tons of grain out there, knock it out of the park if that's what you want to do. But most of us don't have that. We don't. We have to make it on what we have out here on the back 40. Okay, we got grass out there. And if you put these 1,500-pound cows out there, you're going to get broke. Now, I'm not done. I'm not done. When it rains, let's draw a line across here. When it rains and it won't stop raining in the spring flush, and it's raining every other day, or maybe it's raining every day, and you got 1,500-pound cows, and you've been feeding hay all winter, and you're sick of it. You're out of hay. You got to turn them cows out. You got grass out there about 4 to 6 inches tall, and it's just green. Your farm looks so pretty. You turn those 1,500-pound cows out there, your farm's going to look like a feedlot. When I say pug, I'm talking pug. They're going to go down that deep. Okay? How do I know that? Because I did it. We grazed big cows. We custom grazed big cows. They turned the whole farm into a feedlot. We were moving them too. We couldn't help it. It was so wet, and they were going down so deep, and yet the farm we had, the 1,000-pound cows, they were like that. You know, they were going down to 1 to 2 inches. Same management, different cow. So, you want to tear your farm up with 1,500-pound cows, or do you want to keep grazing? What are you going to do? I mean, in the spring, you don't have any hay left. You're going to put them up in a sacrifice lot and just lock them down in mud? No, you got to get them moving. Well, you can't move a 1,500-pound cow fast enough for her not to tear up your farm. And when they put your sod that deep, all you're going to have is a big mess. You're going to have a bunch of ragweed. That's what you're going to be growing. Because everywhere you bury that sod, there's going to be weeds coming out of there. In the Midwest, most of that's going to be ragweed. So, it's up to you. Do you want to put that in your pocket just as a sole response to you grazing lighter weight cows? Or do you want to keep these big ones and have bragging? Oh, I got a big calf. Look what I got per calf. I beat Grady. He only got, $1,723. I got $1,824. But stop. I got 3 of them. That's right. Folks, the lighter weight cows will always wean a higher percent of their body weight than the big cows do. They'll breed back better because we don't lose that 2% fertility. They're not going to destroy your pastures. Another thing I've seen, lighter weight cows are more athletic. Their joints, their bones, their structure stays up better. It's the same way, if you get a big bull, you get a 2,200 pound bull. Why do those bulls go bad? They go bad because they can't walk anymore. It's too much weight. It's too much weight. It's the same with these big old cows. They can't support all that weight. It's tough on them. So I asked a guy, he wrote an article in a local paper, and he said, boys, we got to get the cows bigger. They're not big enough. And I had steam coming out of my ears. I called him up. I said, what are you talking about? I know the guy. I said, what are you talking about? They're not big enough. Well, he said, the packers want them bigger. The feedlots want them bigger. I said, okay. At that time, I think the national average on cows was like 1,200, 1,300 pounds. So how big we got to get them? He goes, you got to get them the size of an elephant. That'd be just perfect. What? Yeah, you got to get them the size of an elephant. So, elephant, you're not making any money. Here's where you're making the money. Folks, I'm getting emails all the time from people that got these bigger cows, and they're done. They're done. So there's no money in beef cattle. And they're right, there's not when you're running these monsters. They'll put you out of business. Why you want to do that? It's a great business to be in, regenerative grazing, but you got to make money. It's better to do something. It's better to do nothing and make nothing than to do something and make nothing. So if you're going to get out there in the winter and fight the cold and the snow and the ticks in the summertime and the droughts and the floods, by golly, put this money in your pocket. Don't be giving that away. And don't be giving the feedlots all your hard-earned calves for nothing. That's the thing that aggravated me the worst. I'd raise a good set of calves and bring the sale barn, and I get the same price as everybody else. That's another talk that we're going to go into, is direct marketing. So anyway, I want to end on that. Which one do you want? Right there it is. You can argue with me. I don't care. That's what makes it good. Just don't cuss. You make comments and you cuss, I'm going to block you. I don't deal with people that cuss. I don't think we have any, we don't have time for all that crap. So keep it clean, and we'll keep this conversation going. And maybe some of y'all will start making some money on your beef cattle operations. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you down the road.